What's up, YouTube fans? Today we'll take a look at the Printformers Skorpion, or their version of a 3D printed Scorponok. So I picked this up from Printformers at TFCon Orlando, and I had the pleasure of meeting Patrick from Riot Press and Peter, who works with Riot Press and with Printformers. Turns out they're all kind of working together, so Peter is actually the designer for some of the Printformers designs, as well as the Last of the Seekers figures from Riot Press. So pretty cool to meet them all. And they allowed me to pick up this guy, which is kind of like a Legends class, not Legends class, but Legends at least size version of Scorponok. And I thought it was pretty cool, so I figured let's take a look at this. We have one other one to look at as well, a Power Master Optimus Prime. And I have looked at some stuff from Printformers before. I looked at their Turtle Prime, I looked at their Unicron Acolyte, and then I looked at their Foot Soldier for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I was like, definitely I want to take a look at this. I mean, what's very cool about what he does is his stuff transforms. And I always have a fascination with things that are 3D printed that are able to be transformed. All right, now let's take a look at the articulation. And by the way, you can purchase the print files for this from Printformers. I'll put the link in the description. He doesn't sell the actual figures, but you can buy the print files and print it yourself. This is a smaller scale. Obviously, we can print it at any scale that you prefer for this figure. But let's take a look at the articulation. The head goes up to there, down to there. It is on a ball joint. It kind of lifts up off that ball joint if you wanted to. Of course, it rotates around on the ball joint. Shoulders rotate around, a little bit hindered here on the legs that are back here. Out to the side, they're all friction joints. There's a pin here. I'm always amazed at how he's able to get the tolerances that he gets with this. But you have a rotation here at the bicep. You do have a double jointed elbow, but it doesn't get you past 90 degrees just because of the design. You have this little piece in the middle. You have articulation at the claw, which really surprised me. You have each of these fingers are individually articulated, and then this bottom part of the claw does open and close. So that's pretty nice. You have a no waist rotation because you've got this kind of locking it in. If you unpeg this from the back and just kind of leave it loose, then yes, you can rotate it. But you do want to remove that before you try to articulate. For the legs, you have a hip skirt here. The legs will go up to there and back. Looks like to there. Out to the side, again, on a pin. Rotation at the thigh at a cut joint. You have a double jointed knee, which was kind of a surprise. You have ankle tilt. It is on a ball joint, so tilt, pivot, back and forth, and a rotation. So everything you need at that ankle. And for a quick size comparison, even though you can print this at pretty much any size you want, there it is next to the New Age Optimus Prime, just so you can get a sense of what we're dealing with here. All right, now let's get Skorpion transformed into his alt mode, and pretty ingenious stuff here. So let's start on the legs. Come to the bottom, you're going to open up this panel here, which is tabbed in right there. Fold the foot up, and actually you can see there's a little nut in the foot. That's just to give it a little bit of weight, a little bit of die cast, but slide this up, close up that panel. Same on this side, rotate the foot up, slide it up, close up the panel. We're going to take this tail section, unfurl all this. I'm amazed at the tolerances on this tail. It's just done with plastic pins, so I'm just amazed that he was able to get it so tight. Go ahead and rotate the waist 180 degrees. We're going to fold up the legs so they come to this side. You can see there's a little groove here for it to sit in, so make sure it makes it into that groove. Same on this side, fold up the double hinge and make sure it makes that way into that groove. Right? You can kind of curl the tail around or whatever you want to do. But we're going to slide up the arm section here, and we're going to slide down the leg section on the back, so make sure it slides down in the slider. That'll give you enough room to fold these up, rotate around, And these are going to end up the other direction. And bring that back in. Push it all the way in. And you can kind of curve the arms in. Make sure the head is flat all the way down. But we can bring these in. On the bottom, we're going to open up these legs. And these are relatively thinner pieces, so just be careful with these. But open up all the legs. So kind of just splay them out like that. Make sure this is down all the way. And we're going to take the guns, rotate them here on the arms so they aim forward. All right, there's Skorpion in his alt mode, and that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You do have articulation in this mode. You can open up the claws, of course. I think I forgot to show in the robot mode. You can rotate these. These guns are meant to go up and down, but I do have a little bit of looseness on the guns. You have in and out movement on the arms, so you can bring those in and out. I like to have them just a little bit in. For the legs, it kind of showed you already, but you can rotate these up and down, and then you have a joint there. So you can get them kind of posed however you like. And then for the tail section, you can rotate this up and down. And I forgot to mention, these two legs do peg together in the middle. But yeah, there you go for Skorpion mode. I think that's pretty darn cool. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the New Age Optimus Prime trailer. Like I mentioned, you can scale this to any size you want. But just to give you a sense of how big this one is, there you go. So final thoughts on the Printformers 3D printed Skorpion. And I don't typically do final recommendations or give it a number because it is kind of an art piece. It's a design piece, but it is really cool. I love that it transforms and, has all these features. I do like the fact that you can, lift up the guns. It really is kind of neat. Now, if you're into 3D printing, this is kind of a must-have because there aren't a lot of transforming figures out there, that designs that you can actually buy and make yourself. So that's pretty cool that he was able to do that, able to make this available to people. I just think it's a new wave of technology and ingenuity that I think people are doing. So thanks to Printformers for allowing me to take a look at this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.